Good evening, sports fans, and welcome to GRUMBBL. I am Divot, the master of all streams, and I am joined by the master of all things GRUMBBL, the seven-tailed wolf.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm excellent. How are you?
I don't know what we're doing.
Neither do I, but we are here today to stop with silly voices and bring you this wonderful, wonderful game, Dancer Bowl. Yes.
You shouldn't go to GRUMBBL. It is a silly place.
Yeah. But it will be Aramis's Super Freakonomics taking on Drow's Washington Trumps. There's always one.
There's always one.
There's always one. And
it's always Drow.
Why is it Dancer Bowl? Because they're brothers.
Yes, they're both brothers. Both with the name of Dancer. It's a dance-off to save the universe.
A dance-off to save the universe.
The Blood Bowl universe, possibly. Or
So-
maybe destroy it. We're not quite sure.
So
what their
that the Guardians of the Galaxy?
Now I just need to make a team theme like that just to fit in with all
Hey.
this. Damn it. So, we're already 2 games down as well. It's 1 day into the league, and we're already 2 games down.
People are
It's the
excited. They want to
third.
get these games done. They want to be like, I want to get on the board and do things.
I'm so excited.
We don't talk about the first
people
game.
are this excited. Sorry?
We don't need to talk about the first game.
Is that because it was yours, and it went really well? No spoiler.
Grumble, grumble.
And that's where the channel gets its name.
Yay! Right, so, shall we begin by looking at the teams?
I think we should. I think
let's
it's always a good
begin.
place to start.
With the home team, even though home and away make no difference in this league, but they're the home team, is Aramis and his Super Freakonomics. And here they are.
Yes.
Now, if you watched the podcast yesterday, we already went over all the teams, but we'll go in. We've got a bit more time now. We're not being pushed by Jamie, so we can take a little bit longer.
Nobody to suppress my rambling. Yes, let it unleash.
Yeah. I do have to check one thing. What's the club called? It better be McLaren's Pub. It's McLaren's Pub. Excellent. Okay.
His reference game is on point, apparently.
It is, yes. All of Aramis's players and his entire team is based around How I Met Your Mother and references from there. So,
I gather.
well, I'm letting people in the stream now.
I am just saying I agree.
Thank you for agreeing
So,
to a fact.
Dark Elves.
Dark Elves.
Well. We went from having no elves last year to 4 elves this year.
There's a lot of
Or
elves.
this season. And Aramis is a frequent elf player, but usually pro elves.
Usually
because
pro
of their
elves,
nonsense.
yes. They are the
But
bullshittiest
here-
of all the elves, so...
Arguably, yes.
Whereas Dark Elves are a more solid elf team, like... There are some elf teams out there that you don't want to play if you're trying to win, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And you have to rely on luck a lot of the time. But Dark Elves are a very solid team.
Dark Elves are very popular in the tournament scene. Dark Elves and Wood Elves in particular are the 2 most picked, and Wood Elves less so if it's not a Resurrection tournament. Dark Elves are probably the most common, I would say.
Yeah.
And they're kind of, it's really weird because they're called the Bash Elves. And whilst you don't want to be playing a bash game with them, they are the bashiest of the elves.
Yes, they are the one
And
that can bash the best if required to do so.
Yeah, it's not really what you want to do with them, but they can withstand it the most. That's mainly because they have armor 8 pretty much across the board. They have 3 positionals that have armor 7, which is the Witch Elf, Assassin, and Runner. Aramis here only has the Witch Elf, which
Indeed,
is
just the
armor
one.
7.
Robin Sparkles.
So the rest is armor 8, which is lovely. And the other reason they're called the Bash Elves is because they're the only elf team that has access to 4 blitzers, which is quite common along with like a lot of other teams, 4 blitzers. But all the other elf teams only have 2.
Indeed.
So the ability to have 4 block, well, not for free, but early on, like without levels, is pretty tasty.
It's
And
very useful, yes.
very bashy.
Very
I say
bashy.
very.
Well, for an elf team, it's bashy.
Still elves, yeah. So Aramis has gone with a quite typical 1 Witch Elf, 3 Blitzer build. The other way to build them is to replace the Witch Elf with the 4th Blitzer, which is the way a lot of people would say is the safest way to play. But I know that Aramis likes to play around this unique positional here at the top. The Witch Elf having Frenzy, Dodge, and Jump Up is a very scary player.
It is scary indeed.
With Agility 4 and Dodge is an obvious combo, but the ability to move around quite a lot. jump up, meaning that even when she's knocked down, if she survives,
she gets up
with her
again.
AB7, gets up again without any restriction, and can even throw blocks from the ground, which is the thing that a lot of people miss or forget.
Yeah, you do have to roll a what is it, a 4+, 3+?
It's an agility roll with a +2 modifier. So if you're agility 3 or above, it's a 2+, basically.
Fair enough.
So for big guys that have like agility 1, it's like a 3 or a 4 or whatever.
Got you.
But yeah, the frenzy is the interesting one, because I know that Aramis likes to try and send people to Surf City, which is a particular passion of myself.
Yes, I wonder why your team has the last word Surfers.
No reason.
No reason. No reason at all. Moving on.
To anything. Moving on. But yes, with the 3 block, you're a little bit more reliable in the blocking department. So he's only got 2 rerolls, which is, I was going to say low, but it's pretty standard for elves to only start with 2.
Yeah.
Plus, you do everything on a 2+ for the most part.
Pretty much.
So,
and I don't know about, just darting very quickly back to block, I don't know about other coaches, but I myself, I'm like, I've got block. I might do this one day, because I have block. But yeah.
I mean, yeah, with elves, usually, is it because you dodge on a 2 usually? It's like, dodging is usually safer than a 1 die, but with block, it's the same. So you have a little bit more flexibility there.
But they're a useful tool if you need to get a ball carrier down, for example.
Yeah. The one thing with elves is obviously they can pass and move the ball around pretty freely, but they are not a passing team. They do not have the high elves throwers. They're not a catching team. They don't have the pro elves pro catchers. And they're not, I mean, they are a running team, but they're not as good at running as, say, the wood elves, because they're slower than the wood elves.
Yeah.
So they're a kind of very middling all-round elves, but they're not quite as good at any of these things.
They're too busy with doing, debauchery and whatnot.
But what they are good at is developing. Because of that armor 8, it's amazing how much difference it makes. And obviously they all have access to agility, so it's very easy to get 4 people with block and dodge. Very easy to just give all your linemen dodge, and suddenly your team becomes very survivable when you get loads and loads of skills.
Yes. Speaking of lots and lots of skills, transitions are... We're good. We're getting better at these transitions. These lovely segues.
You guys are.
Well, yeah, we carry you, don't worry about it. We'll move on to the opponents now, the ones that the Super Freakonomics will have to take down, and that is the Washington Trumps. The Kislev team. The only Kislev team, as opposed to the 4 elves.
Yes, and much to Marv's joy, there is a Kislev team this season.
Indeed. He's not playing them, though.
No, sadly not.
But yeah, so it's weird talking about Kislev, because I always feel like you start with the bear, and the bear's a Croxagore.
Yes, essentially. Or essentially, in all ways, it is a Croxagore, yes.
Yes, it is a Croxagore. And from playing a lot of lizards, I know how good of a big guy the Croxagore is.
Yeah. Bonehead is probably the least punishing nega trait to have, which is quite nice as far as nega traits go. Prehensile Tail is deceivingly good at tying people up. It's not quite as good as like Tentacles for the Beast and Nurgle, but I think one of the big things with this big guy is movement 6 is nothing to be scoffed at.
No.
I mean, you can do it on a 2+ on any turn. It's pretty nice. Unlike, say, the Minotaur, that whilst is also mobile, you have to be blocking with it if you want to move, or blitzing with it if you want to move.
Yeah, because a wild animal.
So it's far more consuming of your resources, your valuable blitz, as it were. An interesting choice in this team. Many Kislev players will not have a bear, just because of how expensive their other positionals are.
Yes.
And you can argue, like, any player with Loner, which means that you have to pass a 4+ test if you want to use a reroll this player. Any player with a Loner is a risk in and of themselves. So it's a lot of people don't like big guys for that reason alone.
Loner can come around and bite you in the arse a lot.
Yeah, especially when you're making 2-die blocks, and then if you get a double skulls and suddenly you can't reroll that, or you can, it's unlikely the reroll is going to work. It's suddenly a sink of resources and can throw your plans very askew. So a lot of like pro players, in air quotes, use. When don't tend to use many big guys.
You got to remember with Loner, if like, would you do a 50% block, 50% dodge? Sorry, It's the same roll. It's exactly the same roll, but it's just on a reroll instead. So it's like, yeah.
Yeah, and it could very easily go wrong very quickly.
Very quickly.
And when you've got other good players that you can pick from, it's some people sometimes just take big guys later on rather than from the beginning. But here, what it does add is that extra strength, which in a bashy league it helps, and in the case of this division, which isn't particularly bashy, might see some good use. Mighty Blow is always tasty. A prehensile tail will help with the elves in particular.
Trying to dodge away. Nope. That's every dodge from the bear, which, funny enough, its tail isn't a tail but a chain, whatever, will be -1.
Yeah, so it'll be 3+ dodges for the elves right now, down from 2+, which doesn't seem like a lot, but is big for elves, especially when you've only got, say, 2 rerolls.
Yeah.
It can make its difference.
So yeah, that's...
But the interesting thing about this team, which we did talk about a lot yesterday, is the lack of blitzers.
Yeah, there's none. There's no blitzers. Marv was very displeased.
Yeah, Marv was the blitzers are pretty interesting players. They're the same as the linemen in terms of their base skills, but they also have diving tackle. I think they might have 1 extra movement as well, but don't quote me on that one.
I don't know. Where's Marv when you need him? Marv!
Where's Marv when you need him? It just leaps into the frame. Get it. Diving tackle is amazing because everybody forgets about it. I tend to find, and
I just got it.
-2 to your dodge, which is like prehensile tail on drugs, which is really nice.
Yes.
But they're just generally all round good players, and if I'm not mistaken, they level up quite well because they have access to a lot of things.
Yeah. The blitzers or the linemen or all Kislev.
Sorry?
Were you talking about Kislev in general, the blitzers, the linemen?
I was talking about the blitzers. I believe
I can't click on one to look.
Yes. Well, the linemen have access to general. I think the catchers have agility. And I feel like the blitzers have strength. And possibly either agility or passing as well. I feel like they have access to 3 things. I could be wrong. But they're usually a very important piece for Kislev, and there are none of them here.
None.
And what you've got instead is 3 catchers.
3 catchers.
Just almost making these as like elfy, in a way.
Elfy Kislev?
More agility. Yeah. We've been told, Drow's a new player in the league, but we've been told he's marvellous levels of crazy plays.
Wow. Do we have a challenger for a Marv?
Apparently, we do. We could see some... And I'm very excited to see, because this is a build that anybody who plays Kislev normally would look at it and go, what they're doing. Like, clearly a new player or something, and Drow is not a new player. So I'm really interested to see what he does with this, if he's going to blitz with his catches. I mean, they can leap on a 2+, which is pretty reliable, you know. 4 rerolls as well to reroll such leaps. So, wipe central.
I forgot I wasn't in editor mode.
Whoopsie. But yeah, all these leaping opportunities, you know, normal guys leaping on 3s, these guys on 2, agility 4, you know, dive and catch +1 on the catch, which means you can catch in a tackle zone on a 2+, which is really nice. So he might play a throwing game, he might play a running game, he might play a leaping game. No one really knows. I don't think anybody knows what to expect from this team, and I'm really excited to see what they do.
Yes, I love after I think you said it yesterday with Marv. Marv's made you love Kislev. I don't think they've made me love Kislev, but he's made me like watching Kislev.
Yes, they're exciting to watch because they don't tend to do boring stuff. Like some teams are great. Like when you take Orcs or whatever, but they do tend to play the same style of game. Whereas with Kislev, you don't quite know what you're going to get into because it could go anywhere. They can do everything and anything. Unreliably as well, which makes it even more interesting to watch.
Well, the coaches are loading in. We're waiting for it to appear on Cabal Vision, and then we'll get underway here.
Marvelous.
At which point I will transition at the correct point. Silly me.
Such professionalism.
Look, it's the first day back. First casted game.
We're gonna be rusty.
It's gonna be rusty, yeah. So predictions then.
That was exactly what I was going to ask you.
Hey.
It's weird. Aramis is a very good player. He's been good every season, and he's naturally an elf player, which scares me when he then is playing elves. Whilst it's not his normal elf team, it's still a good elf team. So I expect him to do well this season in general. But from the way he's been reacting about talking about this game and talking about his brother and that, I kind of feel like his brother might be a dark horse, at least for him, if not for the whole season.
Yeah.
Marv, who joined us a couple of seasons ago, has developed amazingly and is now like a fantastic player, considering he started sort of with us as a new player. Yeah. And Aramis always says that Marv is like his Achilles heel because he just can't seem to beat him. And I wonder if Drow is the same thing of it's just one of those players that is just like, I should be able to beat this team, but I just can't, and I don't know why.
Because the coach.
Yeah, so I'm really interested to see who's going to win.
Let's find out, shall we? Welcome to McLaren's Pub for this game of Blood Bowl. Dancer Bowl. Yes. Sorry to cut you off there, but I had to do that intro.
No, that's fun. What do you think? Who what's your money on?
It's really tough to call. Like, I don't know enough about Chris Drow, whatever. I don't know enough about him to make a call because he's playing Kislev, which are a difficult team. But as you said, Aramis has been like, he's a dark horse. He could easily get him. Like, ugh. I don't want to call it either. I can't call it. I can't make a decision right now. I want Kislev to win because I love Kislev, but I can't call it.
And they're also wearing a fabulous pink outfit,
a lovely
which I'm
pink
all
outfit.
in favour.
So yes, it appears that the Kislev are receiving second.
What an interesting setup.
Nope, receiving first, and here's the kickoff. Quick snap. Washington Trumps may move a free square.
I am so intrigued by the setup. It's bizarre.
It is a
lot of people go with symmetrical setups because you don't know where the ball's going to go. So to put a group of players sort of back in a ball is such a... I just don't know. Don't know what to expect.
It's a shame none of his players with diving catch could get to that ball.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It might bounce in a good place. No.
It went the wrong way.
You know what? Now, I think neither team will be looking to particularly bash. They're both equally armoured for the most part. The Elves having a little bit more armour, which is unusual to say, but because of the Kislev catchers having armour 7, and there's 3 of them. There is a bear, so maybe that evens it up a little bit in terms of the bash game. But I suspect we'll see a very screeny game. I suspect.
Oh, okay. Now we're off. Players are moving. Things are happening. The Kislev are hopping.
So one thing I'm going to be particularly watching out for here is the Witch Elf. That is Aramis' star player. That is the one he's keen to use.
Yes.
I'm very interested to see what he's going to be doing with that player in particular. Especially when you've only got one of them as well. It feels like that's your, not all or nothing player, but that is your player that you're going to be doing all the work with. So you're going to be building your strategy around her and the blitzers. Oh,
there's a handoff, and that's not a good one to start with.
Am I a bit ahead of you?
Well, I think I was just saying it, and nah, 2 ones in a row.
So burning of 1 reroll. When you have 4, it's not too bad, but it's not the best thing in the world.
It's not a good
great
start,
opportunity for Aramis here. And I think I am slightly ahead of you.
Probably a touch, as always happens. It's always me. I'm always behind.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Well, here comes the blitz from the Witch Elf. Already trying to surf this lineman. Not going to get the chance this turn. But she can run off and mount that ball.
Just getting back into the game, my replay lagged.
Oh dear. Okay, people are moving. Things are happening. A block happened. It's the Dark Elf's turn. A lineman is down, but he's fine.
Yeah. Don't forget to that. Yeah, I'm just trying to catch up, but it won't do it because cyanide.
Because cyanide.
It's worrying when the stream is ahead of you. This should not be the case.
No. I think Drow will be a bit upset he didn't get to punch with the bear on the first turn.
Yeah. Would just be a lineman, but every little helps.
Every little helps. Less players on the pitch. No one's going to argue about that.
Oh, the movement.
Woof. Lots of dodging.
Ah, prehensile tail there, coming in.
There it goes.
Am I ahead of you again now, or am I behind?
No, I think you're exactly right.
Oh, good.
It's just that I'm reacting after you're saying things, so to you it probably must feel like I'm behind.
Cool.
Yeah, we're
just
good.
checking, because I know how susceptible it is for us to be out of sync.
Yeah, when you said prehensile tail, that's when the little dodge failure cutscene started for me.
Oh, cool. I'm also always a little bit ahead because I don't have the animations on.
Ah, you should put them on.
Let me turn them on. Yeah. I don't like playing with them on, but I shall put them on for this, so maybe we'll be more in sync.
In sync.
Oh, a blitzing bear. I do love a good blitzing bear.
Off he goes. What will he roll? Nothing downward. No downward
But now
facing.
prehensile tail with the witch elf. Still a tackle zone on the ball though.
Yeah, dodge will help with that prehensile tail though.
It will, but it will now be a 3+ with a reroll as opposed to a 2. So it goes from like a 90-something% chance to an 89% chance. Not bad.
Maths.
Mathematics.
Yeah.
Keep staying in school, kids.
Learn things. And maybe one day you can do this. God knows why you'd want to.
I highly recommend against it.
Yes.
Oh, a foul with a catch already.
Damn. You are a tiny bit ahead of me, but it's fine.
Okay. I shall try and control myself.
Very little. Gets the pick up that time. Does a leapy loo. Lovely jumping through the air there.
I'm so surprised he went for the foul. And I just... With such a key player as a catcher, on an arm 8 lineman who doesn't have anything, this is a very risky play.
More leaps, and not to be surprised because another leap from the Kislev.
All the leap.
Good God.
On the screen you can see the lovely leap tooltip if you're not quite sure what leap does.
Yep, I put it up because I figured leaps were inbound. And they were. There's another one. Oh, there's the first failed one. Rerolls it.
Oh!
Fails it twice, and that...
Big stuff. He smashes his right hand.
Joseph Stalin is with you. And wherever Stalin goes, he brings with him nothing but death! You'll
some
know.
nice opportunities.
Do these two live together?
These two, no.
Okay.
They do not. They will not be in the same household or anything.
That's probably a good thing.
Shit talking each other from different rooms, that would be quite funny. Now, the catchers are already strength 2, so this blitz is going to be nice and easy.
Just a push there.
Doesn't get anything for it.
On Tojo Hideki.
I think Aramis has got to be careful there. He's kind of swarming the ball, but with leap, swarming isn't always the best option.
No, because it's just...
It really isn't difficult for this catch to get away, just to be honest.
Jump off and run off.
Forcing the dodge, but it succeeds.
What was the first roll? It was a 1. They're creeping in, Aramis. The ones are coming for you.
Mr. Double Ones himself.
Never dodge away. That's the end of the turn.
I suspect the leaping catcher out.
Yeah, maybe even a pass. Maybe.
Yes, some more bear action.
We all love a good bear on bear action.
I mean, it's not bear on bear. It's bear on small, frail, pale man.
That is true.
But
that is very
you
true.
might be kind of saying. Yeah, it's got a catcher sitting right far back. Oh.
Jumpy Jew, and that's messed up. There we go.
Surprised he went backwards with that, but hey-oh. Going for the pass.
Oh, fails the pass. Unfortunate. And now Aramis will capitalise on this. Pick it up and throw it. He may even just bomb it to the other end of the pitch.
I mean, it's not his, it's the Kislev receive, so you're going to take any advantage you can get.
Indeed. There's more Kislev fall on their asses.
Or swarming the ball as well, just to make it harder for the pickup, so that even though you can leap it, even though the Kislev can leap it in there.
In the distance, you can hear a Marv screaming.
Oh, really swarming this ball. Really doesn't want the Kislev to pick it up.
No, I thought that was going to be the pickup player, but might be going for the blitz pickup. Only gets a push.
Yeah.
Follows up, so I doubt he'll go for the pickup with him. But what do I know? It's Aramis.
Other players around. This could be it. No. It's almost like he's scared of the ball.
Yes. It does have spikes. They make it for a lovely logo, though.
Wants to get work out of this witch elf, for sure. Oh. All prehensile tail come in. Force a reroll.
It's done it once, but that was not a team reroll, and there it goes.
Ooh.
Doesn't take the reroll, and Dairy, legendary, is KO'd.
So after all of that, he still didn't pick up the ball.
No. And now the Kislev will swarm to it themselves. There's going to be a lot of players, I feel, in this little tiny corner over here.
He's noticed this one catcher lurking at the back, slacking off.
Who was that? Mao Zedong. I think that's probably not how you say it, but he was slacking at the back.
Didn't think we'd notice, but we did.
Chairman Mao, come on.
Ooh, blitzing with the bear again. I think he wants to get some work out of this mighty play.
Doesn't surprise me. But it is, the rolls are going. Are the armor breaks going to follow? No.
Oh, he might put this bear on next to the ball. Yes.
That's a scary ball now.
That's a problem to move. You've got to commit a few players to get rid of that now. Good little play.
Backflipping Kislev. That can't be efficient for kicking, right? Surely that would mess up your backflip.
They're just that good at it. This is a brave pickup.
Leaping onto the ball. Fails the pickup. Doesn't re-roll it, unsurprisingly. And then it will land there.
The desire for the bear to catch it there was strong, I'm not going to lie.
Same. I really wanted that bear to catch that ball. But
just if only to see the bear touchdown animation, which is great.
I've not seen it.
It's a dancing bear. What could you want?
Really?
Yes.
Okay, I know you can't hear me right now, but Chris, you have to score with the bear.
Go on, Drow, we believe.
Hey.
Only a 5+ pickup, it seems reasonable, right? Well, it's currently a 6+ where it is, but you know.
Yeah, totally reasonable. I'd definitely do that. Are you crazy?
Great bit of pinballing there to free up his elves from the bear there.
Yeah, now the ball has no opposing tackle zones on it.
No. The mark of a good player is somebody who can pinball effectively.
You're just saying that because you're good at it.
Yep. No, I love it because it's one of those things that people don't really think about, and it's very hard to predict. So it can really throw people off, and you can get into places that your opponent thought were completely safe because of it.
Oh, armor break. And a KO onto Vladimir Lenin.
Dark Elves showing that they too can kick to the face effectively.
Yes, maybe because they're not doing backflips.
Just...
Hello?
And finally...
Oh, there you go. You are here. Hello.
I'm back.
Finally, someone
Finally,
has
the
the
Dark Elves have it.
The Dark Elves have it. She could go for
Blitz
it.
coming in.
Block doing its work. Now you might ask me, what does block do?
I suspect you're going to show them in a very pretty way.
You might ask
These are
me.
going to get old very quickly.
You might ask me, what does block do?
What does block do, dude?
Well, that's what block does. As a player falls on their ass. That must have been a misclick.
It was very brave, if not.
Gets away with it, though.
But what is cloud blocking, you say?
What is cloud gaming?
I suspect we might see some more bear on elf action.
Bear on elf
I hope
action.
so, anyway.
Normally you have to pay double for that.
I'm liking the effective use of this bear so far.
Just pushes.
Yes.
A shame, but
He's just in the way. It's the main thing.
yes.
Why do I suspect that the first thing he's going to get on this bear is break tackle? Just because he's that kind of madman already, we can tell.
He's a madman. A madman! That was a reference to Futurama.
Already see from his playstyle is just how scrappy this game has devolved into so very quickly.
Yeah,
It's very messy.
you said it was going to be screening. I don't see a lot of screening.
It's just a lot of madness.
Madness.
Oh, and another foul?
Damn.
Using an 80 or 90k piece to foul a lineman? Madness. Absolute madness.
Doesn't succeed, but
I
isn't
feel like
sent off.
he's clearly here just to cause chaos and destruction. Doesn't care about winning.
Do you feel like he would be fouling other players, or is it just because it's his brother?
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, here comes an injury. Just a stun.
Could be a bit of spite in there. I'd like to think so. I find it interesting he keeps doing it with his catches of all pieces.
Well, he
You
has.
think after paying all that money for them, you'd want to keep them around? Effective use of block still.
Mm-hmm. As any dwarf will tell you, starting with block is very useful.
Yes. Especially as an elf team, it's a nice joy to have 3 block from the start.
I wish I had believed free block from the start.
So do I.
In fact, I wish I had 11 block from the start, but never mind.
Should have picked Norks then, or dwarves.
I couldn't.
That curse word. As if you like, have you ever been that desperate that you'd go dwarves for such a thing? How much do you want this block? Would you sell your soul for block?
Would you sell your soul to the dwarven gods? Those horrible bitter men.
Oh, passing play.
Here comes the pass, and it's not caught. Re-rolls it though.
Somebody sack the juggler.
Rolls 2 ones in a row. Aramis is on the field, ladies and gentlemen.
Starts his season as he means to go on, with more double ones than you could possibly imagine. Oh,
The bear will KO the naked man.
maybe some armor would have been more effective than his naked body, but
Naked man.
against the bear, not so much.
Do you know what the bear is? Naked bear. That's one of my favorite episodes, just for the record. That's why I'm doing it. Naked man. Sigh all you like. It won't stop me. Lilypad is down.
What he has done, Drow, is he's kind of forced Aramis to play a bit more of a scrappy game and to be probably in contact with more players than he'd like to be, which forces those dodge rolls, but also allows him to make blocks. However, it does force himself to make dodge rolls and to fail them.
Yes. The Dance of Blood clearly is the one that has all the ones in it. Doesn't matter which dancer you are, you have that one.
What blood type are you? I'm dancer positive. I roll one all the time. He's legging it though.
As
Could be a counter touchdown.
No, I don't think anyone can catch from this distance. Nope.
Do you know what would be really useful here right now? Some jump up from a blitzer.
Haha.
It's a shame he doesn't have any. Can mark the ball though. With the one player. Oh, now.
Having to use a reroll.
Save the witch elf from falling over.
With armor 7, you really want to do that.
Yeah, it's such an important piece as well. A nice spin kick as well. Always appreciated.
It's beauty in motion, followed by blood. Copious amounts of blood.
Well, is Chris going to just go for damage? Possibly. Possibly.
Would make
You're going
sense.
for the witch elf.
Yeah, not surprising. If this...
Oh,
what's gonna happen to the witch elf? What could do? Injury!
Okay.
Dear me, I like how you held yourself in there.
Oh, that was painful. I think I nearly my heart nearly stopped trying to hold that in.
The witch elf, Robin Sparkles, has gone to the mall.
Drow has just said in chat and drop mic.
Game's over. See you next week.
That's his only goal was to cripple Aramis's team. Doesn't care about the league. It's a shame it was nothing more than just the injury. If that was a death or like agility down or something, I can just imagine Aramis's reaction. Like how bitter would he be?
There is no... All is fair in love and Blood Bowl. Poor Lilypad. Being swarmed by a bunch of Kislev men. Only to be KO'd.
See, this is the thing. Aramis going to be like happy beating his brother, however, losing half his team for the rest of the season.
I mean, will he beat his brother? There's still a half
it's
left.
going to be 1-0 up.
Yeah, but there's a half left.
But it is Aramis's receive as well.
It is. I forgot it was a steal, so...
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see what happens.
Some counter punching. A bit of spiteful bitterness, I suspect.
all in good jest, of course. Is he going to score? He is not.
No,
We're going
stall.
for the stall. Makes sense.
Kislev can score in one turn if you get a blitz or a... Not a blitz, a riot.
It is a blitz. A Riot
Blitz is on the non-receiving team, so
Riot gives you an extra turn.
Yes. So he would have so then, yeah, Kislev can score in 2 turns, but they can't score in 1.
That's what you meant. Well done.
This bear is doing work.
Indeed. Nearly as much work as the Yeti from the last game.
I'm just impressed.
You should go watch that game after this one.
You should, if you haven't already seen the 2 games. They will be going up on Twitch and on YouTube.
Well, they're on Twitch already, but they will be going up on YouTube.
They're already on Twitch. I hope to see... Oh, I suspect we're going to see a blitzing bear again. Oh, no. I was certain of it.
He's surely... Well, there's another player there, so... Here comes another armor break. Just a stun. Vanilla Thunder is stunned.
I suspected that we were going to see this, and it is yet another foul, but no assists, annoyingly. So he could get sent off here. And
he is.
Well,
Tojo Hideki is sent off for nothing.
Is that player advantage that he's just been working up? Just helped Aramis back.
Here comes the touchdown. Oh, he's doing a bit of flair, because of course.
Because you got to when you
play
against your brother.
Wasn't it Professor X?
Helmet. Sorry?
Wasn't it Professor X?
I do not know. See how many KOs get up at half time here?
Yes, that is half time. I thought the kids had one more turn, but no, we're straight into half time. Which elf will not be coming back? None of them from the for the Dark Elves.
Nobody wants to play this game, apparently. No one's interested.
No one cares.
So, I don't know if that... it wasn't for that ridiculous sending off ref. Clearly didn't do anything wrong. Just stamped on their face a little bit. This might have been alright for Drow, but I'm looking at even numbers here.
It's 8 to
8 on 7.
8 on 7, so a 1-player advantage.
Yeah.
Move everyone away from the bear. What were the rolls on those?
Here comes the perfect defense that I'm going to predict. What was that kick? That kick was amazing.
That must have been on purpose. That had to have been on purpose.
It's almost impressive. He's an experienced player as well. It's not like he doesn't know how kick works. Yeah. Surely. Did he roll on the kick? He did roll the distance 6, so...
He could have been trying to go short.
Yeah, but is it really worth the risk? I mean, I suppose...
Without kick, I don't think it's worth the risk.
I mean, elves can pick up the ball pretty reliably anyway, so it almost doesn't really matter where you kick it anyway, because they'll probably pick it up on a 2. But, you know, giving them the ball without forcing that pickup is kind of unnecessary, but we'll see. I suppose if it had worked, it would have been nice.
What was the scatter roll for the kick? Says Jay Bazza.
What was it, sorry?
Scatter kick was 3 plus 6.
It was a 3 and then a 6 distance. Obviously, we don't know where he placed it, so we don't really know what direction that 3 applies to. Oh.
Here comes the blitzing bear, who's yet to bonehead.
I love Drow as a player already. How much use he's getting out of this bear is just making me happy inside.
Punched in the face, and luckily he's not dead. That was my song. Thank you.
Closing down the options. Make sure that the quick second touchdown isn't made. Well, the Aramis needs to. He can just stall it out if he wants to. He doesn't even have to score. He's quite hemmed in, though. Drow suddenly being a lot more aggressive, basing a lot of players, forcing Gonna force the dodges to be made.
Jumping through the air. On to turn 10.
And that prehensile tail is still going to be an issue for this ball carrier. It's got 3 rerolls now, though, thanks to the kick-up event.
Kick. Stun. Moving on. Gets the dodge
Going
off.
for it, going for another quick. Oh!
This prehensile. Oh. Reroll, I assume?
Another one, I believe. Oh, we got a 2.
It's a pre-warning system. It's like, don't do another one.
Early GFI warning system.
This prehensile tail is not doing anything to stop Aramis from making these dodge rolls.
I mean, it's helping, but when you're dodging on 2s, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not that punishing.
Well, 3s for the prehensile.
Well, 3s when you have the prehensile, yeah, that's what I mean. It's a 3 for a 4. A 3 to a 4 is a lot more punishing than a 2 to a 3.
Yes.
Logic would say no. Surely it has the same effect, but it doesn't. It's
Here comes another spinny kick.
stuns galore across the pitch.
Look at everyone on the ground. The captain is stunned.
Oh. Push is probably not what he wanted.
I would assume not. Might go for the leap away here.
I hope we see the blitzing bear. But he is overdue. He is overdue a
bonehead.
A bonehead. Oh, he has freed the bear up. It would also be a go for it, which is risky on a loner. But
here comes the blitz.
Still not got the
Gets
bonehead.
the bonehead. Runs up the pitch. Rolls a 5. Gets a push. Dr. X will go down.
Kanye is my new favourite player in this league.
I hate that he's called Kanye, though.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And he retrieves the ball. So potential steal here. Now he's not in the best position in the world because there's 2 free Dark Elves ready to punch a strength 2 catcher, but
spinning through the air. Stuns galore continues here at Dancer Bowl. Legend. Wait for it. It's stunned. We'll be waiting a long time. 2 turns.
I see what you did there.
Thank you.
Aramis is like, no boneheads at all. What is this?
This time. Down goes the ball.
Now, what's he going to do with this blitzer? Is he going to attempt to get him out? Because he's deathly on Surf City here. Whoa.
Nope, he's staying where he is.
He might go for the pass, though.
That would be what I assume he's setting up for right here. Pick it up.
2+ into a 2. How many runs can he roll? No ones.
Big fudge. Well done. On to the next turn.
However, this player is very blitzable.
Oh God, it's not even been an hour.
Yeah, both of these players are quick players. Aramis is renowned for being quick.
Dr. X is KO'd. What will the crowd do to him, though? Nothing. Nothing.
And this ball is very, very retrievable for Kislev. Single go for it, and then a 2-die blitz. No defensive skills on Hercules. And then you can try and retrieve it with a catcher or something. That's what he's going to do. Oh, went there, though. Interesting. Not going for the 2-die, going for the 1-die.
Pays off, though.
Phew. Got to be happy with that. Got to be even more happy with an armor break.
Hercules is injured. Oh no. No long-term effect. But he is injured.
But that will help. That's 2 injuries for the The Dark Elves here. Probably the worst place for it to land, though, for the Kislev. But the number's dwindling. 5 Dark Elves left on the pitch. See, even the Bashy Elves can't survive very well.
Jumpy jump. Picky up.
Oh, he makes it.
And fails the
And
throw.
attempts the pass? What is this? What's this marvellous
And
play?
the dancer Gene's kicking in once again as double
I'm so
ones are rolled.
confused. I'm just baffled by this marvellous play. He had more movement, right? He could have dodged out and made that a 3+ pass as opposed to or at least a 4+. Because it was a 6+ where he was, I'm assuming, or maybe a 5. It was a 5+. I'm pretty sure he could have made that a 3+ had he just made a single 2+ dodge.
Yeah. What can you do?
I'm baffled by that. I love the pass. The pass is not what I had the issue with. It was where he was when he passed it that has baffled me. I support all the passing plays of all the teams. Now, Div.
Yes.
How much money are you putting on a blitzing bear again?
I will wager 1 penny.
I shall wager 1 GRUMBBL coin that Aramis will roll a 1.
What's the Were you ahead of me when that happened?
Possibly.
Picks up the ball. Dodges away. Well, goes for it away. Dodges away there, just to tie up both of these Kislev. Here comes the blitzing bear. You owe me a GRUMBBL coin.
I want everything that's happened here. And he gets him down again.
This bear is on fire.
This bear is doing work.
Oh no, an armor break. KO into Vanilla Thunder. My word.
PogChamp. Bear
Here's the thing as well. That bear needed an 8+ and he rolled a 7, which, by the way, is the most common number you can roll on 2d6. But the Mighty Blow gives him the 8, so it's this Mighty Blow doing all the work.
Yeah. Mighty Blow being a very useful skill there. A lot of players on the floor here for the Kislev. Probably getting some of them up.
12 turns, 0 boneheads. Well, then he'll get his 2 boneheads in like the last 4 turns. Simple.
Now we're going to see a leaping catcher here, possibly. Oh,
Dub skulls.
He's fine.
That's the first dub skulls of the game, I think.
It is. Not quite so much blocking as maybe some other games, though. Although with the bear, it's a miracle the bear has not screwed himself, to be honest.
Fear the bear. Fear the Croxagore.
Bear is so OP right now, Vinci says.
Jumps, fails to pick up, and on the floor it goes.
But really not a bad place for it to land. 3 tackle zones. It's going to be quite difficult to clear all 3 of them off with only, 4 players on the pitch?
Yes.
I mean, Elves have to get used to playing with no players, but some BS is going to be required here, I think. But he hasn't got the pressure to score. He's just got to stop the Kislev. I bet Teddy Westside really wish he had leap right now.
Poor Teddy Westside.
Targeting the catches.
Makes sense. Fails the dodge.
Classic dancer 1 right here.
What the dip? Whip. Not in a good place, though.
Either he breakdanced when he did that move, or
I think he did a bit of breakdancing
in the camera.
He took inspiration from the Kislev surrounding him and did some breakdancing as the bear punches yet again.
Successfully. No armor break though, which is a tad shame.
13 to 13 on Bonehead.
So, a blitz. Another down. Aramis cannot keep this ball for longer than a turn, it seems.
And another armor break. The captain is injured. No long-term effect though. That's the only solace that Aramis is getting.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you what.
WTF in chat from Aramis.
He's only got 3 players left on the pitch, but the ball does keep bouncing in awkward places for the Kislev, and they've only got a few turns left. Oh, what the? What? Did you see that?
I just did.
He did just make a 1 die when he had like 3 players that can support that without a problem.
I know.
I am confused.
We don't understand the dancer men. We just entertain them.
Oh, what is he? Oh, this madness! This madman!
He throws the ball. He catches the ball.
He's going to be the Marv of this season. It's going to be a Marv off.
Marv off.
A Marv dance off.
Hey! Marv must be more marvelous than the team which gave him this name.
Yeah.
And then a handoff. No, I thought it would hand off. And then run even further.
He could have done had he done things in a different order. But, oh, he's going for the foul again. He wants blood with his team. I can't wait to see his next game to see, is this a dancer thing? Or is this...
is this how he plays every game?
Is this just how he plays? If this is just his kind of...
Oh, no.
Oh, no, that's gonna... That could be it. That could bring the draw.
I feel it will.
At least he has the sense to run the ball first before doing some crazy fouling or something. I thought he might foul with the ball carrier or something.
I wouldn't be surprised if he 9-man or 8-man fouls someone now.
Yeah, I wouldn't either at this stage. You'd definitely do it to Big Fudge, wouldn't you? You're going to foul anyone. I suspect we could be correct here.
Foul. Here comes the foul.
Oh, at least he's not doing it with character this time. What's this madness? That's almost logical.
Ha, how dare you be logical here.
Now I'm so confused. But he's fouling. What? Oh, okay. Clearly wants to foul player at the courage. Well.
Yep.
I can already feel the salt in the room from what Aramis is going to be like. His only saving grace is there is a possibility of him blitzing this ball carrier with some bit of BS. Oh, well.
I have no words.
This was the first game we casted, so I'm so happy.
Here comes the foul. Here comes the foul.
No, he's not going to foul into the score, is he?
Jamie asking if we're bringing them in stream, if we dare.
I'm quite worried that Aramis might break the microphones. Oh my god.
The foul.
I suspect like a 10, 15, 16 foul will be out of brotherly spite more than anything. See him fouling with the bear or something, or the mighty blow wouldn't help.
I would like to see the animation for a fouling bear. I assume it just stomps on their face.
I think it's a belly flop.
A belly flop, okay.
I might be wrong. Oh, he's trying to figure out like who's worth fouling more. I mean, he's definitely the guy that can mark your player, right?
Teddy Westside or Big Fudge. It's literally the one or the other. Because they're the only 2 Dark Elf players on the pitch. Look at this box.
This is a classic elf box, although... Yes.
Does that mean we have to wait for it forever now?
I mean, I think Aramis might be a bit gutted with this because he's only going to have got, what, 3 SPP? Maybe 5? Yeah. He's got a pass. Oh, you get to see a fouling bear.
Yes!
Oh my god. I don't know why he fouled the bear, but he did it.
Swipes at the ground. And Teddy Westside is KO'd. 1 Dark Elf remains on the pitch. You gotta go for it.
Base this player. A part of me hopes that
the dodge fails twice.
He just injures this Dark Elf and completely like wipes out the team to score.
I can't wait to see the stats after game. Here comes the blitz, I assume.
Oh, what's he doing? What is this madman doing? What's he doing? Why is he blitzing in that direction?
God!
What an absolute lunatic! Oh, if he could fail this now.
If this fails once,
it's a 3+. It's a 3+ dodge.
Oh my!
With no reroll.
He could leap.
What is he doing? He might have just gifted this to Aramis, which is undeserved.
Wouldn't the leap be easier?
No, it's still a 3+. Yeah, it's still a 3+.
He might leap in for style.
Does it with style.
Boy!
What is this game?
Dear
I am
God.
in shock.
And just
Stands in front of
walks
the Dark Elf.
through the Dark Elf. Players dancing all around. Oh my days.
What? What did I just say? What? I'm broken.
For fun, let's see how many Dark Elves come back. Oh no, that's the game. I thought that Dark Elves
It's
was
in the game, you fool.
Oh.
1-1 draw.
I need to go lie down.
I'm so confused. I'm so conflicted. I don't know whether to love or hate this team. It's so good, but it's so painful to watch.
Well, Dr. X got the MVP, so at least that's a level up for him.
Yeah, I think he'll be happy considering he just lost a player.
Let's go to the stats.
Oh my god. The Washington trumps his SPP.
I'll have a look in a sec. I'm looking at the stats right now. Not a huge difference on blocks, but my god, the armor breaks made a difference there.
Yeah, shockingly as well, because they had the same armor.
Where's the SPP? Good god. 10? 15 SPP to 9.
Yeah, but that's a lot of SPP. I mean, it's spread out over a couple of players, but that's a lot of SPP to get out of that game.
13-0 on bonehead rolls.
I'm so proud of that bear. You have no idea.
Good God in heaven.
100% going for it. Failed 3 catches though. About a little bit above average on leaps. Below on dodges. Poor pass. Not a good ball handling game apparently from the trumps, but injuries did well.
Only one wake up after KO for the Super Freakonomics. 1 succeeded, 8 failed.
That is an unbelievable amount of although when because there was the 3 that failed at the end of the first half. Where was the others from?
It might have rolled them anyway.
It might have rolled them at the end of the game because there were like 5 KO'd players, but that's just really bizarre. Yeah, that might be why. Because that's really bizarre. He definitely didn't have 8 rolls.
Do you want to poke them and ask if they want to be brought in? I don't dare. I don't dare. I don't want to poke the bear. I
think the bear is not what you got to worry about.
That's true. Oh my god!
So, you want to come in and chat? Maybe.
Maybe. Where did you put that?
I can't wait to hear the inevitable. Like, oh.
Did you DM him or something?
I did.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, fair enough.
Sure.
Right.
Cool.
Let's bring them in.
Do you want me to go in? How many expulsions did you get?
Hello.
Welcome to Blood Bowl.
Hello.
I associated straight at the beginning. I said to him, I've taught tactics with Joe. I'm not here to win. I'm here to ensure that for the rest of the tournament, you are basically dealing with this first game.
Wow.
And I have achieved it greatly.
Wow.
Just sheer spite.
Yep. Spite won the game. Along with some fucking bullshit. What we worked out that the bear 9%.
This is college dropout Kanye. This is not new Kanye. This is not like slavery was a choice Kanye. This is Kanye at his prime.
Kanye had a prime.
Walks in with a little backpack, Kanye, you know?
13 successful boneheads without a single failure. That's
I know.
Unbelievable. And I think all of them were on a blitz as well.
They were, yeah. It's like it's like he had wild animal, but it didn't.
Well, because wild animal was basically countered by the fact that I was blitzing.
Yeah.
I mean, I did say to Divot during this cast that Kanye is now my new favourite player. He did so much work.
The best part was in the podcast yesterday, you guys were like talking, it was like, what the hell is this team and everything? I'm like, bruh, I've got rid of the 2 blitzers because I want the bear and therefore I'm taking an extra catcher. And now I've just realised, I was like, I've just basically explained the bear completely. I just got, this is why there's a bear.
Yeah. Never been more happy to be proven wrong. I'm not gonna lie.
The bear, it was the start of the game was pretty much filled with me rolling ones, followed by the end of the game, which was never rolling a one.
Yeah, you rolled an amount.
But the best part of it was, for me, was the fact that when me and Joe did a test game and he was playing Norse, and there's the screenshot of basically him with all of his players dead with one guy alive. And it was the exact same ending to this game, except it got sketchy. And
Have we been here before? I feel like we've been here before.
Yeah, I was like, it got sketchy with the fact that before I literally left his guy alive to just score the touchdown. This time, I had to leave his guy alive, but I had to leap into the touchdown zone.
I can't believe you did that. Like, I was
it was the same in both roles. It was a 67 dodge or a 67 leap, so it had to be a leap.
I know, but you didn't. Like, you could have pushed the guy. I don't understand why you forced yourself to make that roll. It blew my mind. You blitzed him the other direction.
Shane was losing his mind. It was beautiful.
It was just like,
in my mind, he was going to be dead inside the end zone. There was no need to push.
I was one of two things. I was like, he's got to injure this last arc out for just wipe the team off. Like, that has to be what happens, right? I'm so disappointed in you.
Oh, dude, and the best part was I could just imagine when we started the game. I was like, mate, watch this. I just put the people in the square and started just messing about with them. And literally, I was like, I'm just doing this to confuse them. There's no reason for it. And then it lands next to it, and I'm like, I'm a genius.
600 IQ plays. Like, what is this? I was like, people usually set up symmetrically. Why would you put them all on one side of that? But, the ball's there. Well, it worked.
That was the beginning of the end.
Ironically, I'd normally set up like one side no matter what. It's a weird habit, but the reason for it was, if I always have one guy on the other side, that if it goes the other side, I'll just drag it into the cage. But the cage is pretty much already there.
Yeah.
So it works. It's not brilliant. I mean, once you get people with kick and everything, and it's just like, or you get someone gets like a first turn blitz, whatever the instance is called. Like, it won't work. But 9 times out of 10, if they do kick it on that side, you just bring it over, and it's like basically a free setup.
Interesting.
But in that way, the fact it went to the other side. The best one was when I kicked into my own half.
I don't know how you did that.
Kick? What was the?
I placed the kick one space in front of the bear, just in case. Because I was like, what if it goes next to the bear? Then he would be screwed. Like, but then instead,
That's logic, though.
You have to understand my logic.
Shane, this is what I had to deal with for the last hour.
The best part was my run came in the end. It's like, you're so loud.
Our mum. Our own mother came in and was like, well, I don't even understand.
What are you doing?
We're like, hi, Mum.
Hi, Mum. I'm on TV.
My word. Oh, well.
But I feel like the best part about that is the fact that I think I got so much SPP on that.
You
bear.
got 15, yeah.
Well,
15 to Aramis's 9.
Yeah.
You'll be happy with the level up because you got a death, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, it's only a lineman, so I could...
Which is a wing. I think it's still got to be, like, confirmed or whatever, though. That's the only problem.
Yeah, we'll do it in a bit.
We'll validate it shortly. And
cool.
Yeah, but let's...
I think that bear's not going to get conventional stuff. That boy is getting aggro stuff. He's going juggernaut. He's going like anything.
Break tackle.
Break tackle juggernaut.
He's
juggernaut.
Mate, I'm going to give him sure hands. He's going to touch hands. At some point during this tournament, I guarantee you now, you can take this for the rest of the 9 games or whatever. He will make a touchdown. It's happening. He's going to make a touchdown.
Shane, is this better than the leaping troll?
If he scores with that bear, yes. Because at least the thing with the leaping troll is, whilst it's very impressive and it's very difficult to work, any troll can leap. But I've not seen very many bears score. That actually has benefit to the game as well. Which is
I think the moment where the bear got the ball, and he obviously dropped it, but we looked at the rolls, and it was something like a 2+ rolled a 6, and then he rolled a 1 in the middle for the pickup, and then it rolled a 2 on the 6+. And we're saying if that was flipped over, this game could have literally ended with the bear scoring on the first half.
I'm not going to lie, we had a conversation, me and Divot, about the bear scoring.
I wanted to see it so badly.
Like, what's the animation? And I was like, I hope we see.
There was contemplation when I was like almost basically like I knew when he had 3 people left in the pitch, was like, well, I'm gonna score. Like, there's nothing he can do right now to stop me from scoring.
I tried really hard.
Like, it's over. Like, at this point, like, I can either score really easily or I can just do what I did. I made
it go down to the last turn. It wasn't like it was easy.
You could have failed that as
well.
But
I could have scored the turn before anyway, sort of thing. But at that point, there was like 3 turns before that when the ball was on the ground. I was like, how many turns can I waste on the bear trying to pick up before I would have to actually make sure a catcher grabs it and then have to make plays? And there was a part in my head was going, okay, I could waste a turn and then set up a 2-turn touchdown. But the setup of the 2-turn touchdown was like, no, I'm just going to have to use the bear to batter more people. Just going to have to batter more people.
I feel like asking this question might be trying to solve a Rubik's Cube in a void wrapped in a parsnip. But
I'm sorry, what? No. We're not going past that.
What was the logic of wrapped in a parsnip? That's how mind-blowing this is.
Wow.
What was the logic of being like, I'm going to foul his players, but I'm going to use my only expensive pieces to do it?
Yeah.
Why did you only foul when you catch?
So the payoff is, obviously, if he gets sent off, right? Like, if he gets sent off, do they miss the next game?
They don't. No. They come back.
Right, so, okay. If he kills or injures someone, he gets SPP, right?
No.
Ah, okay. The logic was like, if I kill someone with Bowser Dong, then at least he gets like rating.
Nope.
You only get
nothing
SPP from punching them.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
you don't get it from surfing.
There's your Rubik's Cube solved.
No wonder it made 0 sense.
I mean, to be fair, no. There's like the other side of it is the fact that they're 2 strength, so they're better to set up the person going down and then make the foul rather than try to put the person down so the 3 strength guy can do the foul.
No, sure. But you paid all this money for these good players, and then you only fouled with them on unlikely fouls. It was I was just impressed.
Mousedong's a murderer at the end of the day, and I think that we should channel this into his Blood Bowl character.
I cannot wait to see the rest of your season.
It was the fact that Joseph Stalin was the first one to go down. It was brilliant.
How do you feel, Aramis?
I mean, Nuffle decided to grab a bear and shove it up my arse.
I'm not sure Nuffle did that.
No, he did. No, Nuffle did that.
As he's got one guy down, right, you could tell at that point, he was like, he just turned around and said, he was like, you came in with this idea to tell me, here it is, I'm tilted.
I think that I made 2 mistakes. One, I should have done my touchdown earlier to get my KO players back, because I didn't get anybody back, which was ridiculous. It was. I think that I'm just looking at the stats now. Yeah. I had an 11% success rate on my KOs coming back. 11%.
The only thing with that, because we looked at that, is you failed the 3 KO rolls between the first and second half.
4. I had loads.
No, you had 3. I had 1.
You had 3. You had 3 for the first half KO'd.
Yeah.
You had 4 players out. But then the other 5 KO rolls were at the end of the match, which did.
Yeah. So you would
we can't figure out why it included them, because that was the only other time you rolled for KO. But you wouldn't have rolled. So
I mean, it was so. I know. Jamie was saying in the chat like he. I was like, couldn't, because the bear kept knocking people out. So there was like, well, hold on a minute, I need other people to do shit. I can't stick a blitzer or a witch elf there.
Yeah, I think it was one of those things that, like, at some
13
points,
boneheads as well.
At certain points, basically, the people that you could use to protect the bear were normally knocked out
or stunned.
So basically what would end up happening was bear would move to person, bear would kill said person or knock some person out, then be able to charge to the next one. So basically he was just going on this weird world tour of just every time he walked somewhere, carnage would happen.
You have to bear in mind, even if there were 1 bonehead in that, the bear would be 6 spaces away from where he should have been.
Yeah.
So that would have changed. Even just 1 bonehead would have changed the dynamic of that game entirely.
Completely.
So, and the fact that armor 8 is apparently armor 3 in my case.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive how much punching he did.
Yeah, but this is the thing, like people say that when everyone's talking about like my play style and the way it works is that when it comes off like I'll win a 1-1, or like it will be like for me this is a win because the crazy plays came off. But if I lost 1-0 with him only having one player on the pitch, I would have taken it as a win.
You got the SPP for it.
But this is the thing, like you get the SPP or whatever. But for me, like it's literally I would rather score a goal in the most weird long bomb Hail Mary fashion with like triple leaps or whatever, then score like a standard touchdown like I did there, where basically all I had to do was just run the guy into the end zone. And in the end, I had to leap him into the end zone. I was like,
you can make it easy.
That's so much better. Yeah,
I mean, we have got you versus Marv now for the most marvelous plays this season because I cannot wait to see what else. How many clips we can pull from this game alone?
I think like. There was just so many like moments where I was just like, you know what, just
this is
leap him in.
A game to rewatch.
I'm saving one guy in just to leap in, just for leaps.
Oh.
Well, I don't
know who I'm against next, but like whoever they are, they have to realize that. I think it's a good warning if they're listening now. Realize, don't get tilted. Because if you tilt, you're going to die.
You have Axel next. Yeah.
who themselves played earlier today.
I don't know whether to do it as the Nigerian manager for the whole way and just go, what are you doing? You're not going to get past me today.
Oh,
I couldn't break the walls down. I couldn't.
Oh God, the wall was built.
Right. I think that will wrap us up here.
On that terrible disappointment.
It's time to end.
It is.
Thank you very much for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that game as much as I did. I need to go.
God, I had a blast. That was amazing.
I need to reevaluate my life.
One last thing, I did have that moment halfway through. I said, I bet Tails is watching this going, I do not want to play against this.
You are not wrong.
I'm happy I'm not in your division.
Anyway, thank you very much, Divot, for co-casting with myself.
No worries.
Well done to Drow and well done to Aramis for a good game.
It's a draw.
Let's be honest, I won the moral victory. Yeah, please.
I mean, I did get a level up, so.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. We can't wait to see you for the next games. Our next match is tomorrow at what time? 6 p.m. GMT, I believe. I think that's what it is. Yep. Yes, 6 p.m. GMT. It is the Bugman's Beer Bellies versus Rectrek. So it's Dwarves versus Orcs in Division 1. So
classic game.
Yes, tune in for that tomorrow. And we've got plenty more games lined up for this week. Just check the schedule down below. The countdowns are all there for all of the games so far. So thank you very much for watching. Ta-ra!
Bye.
Bye.